On this occasion he spoke of the perils to be faced and exhorted the men of Olatho, bravest of the Lemurians, to sustain the traditions of their ancestors, who, when forced to move southward from Zobna before the advance of the Great Ice Sheet, even as our descendants must someday flee from the land of Lamar, valiantly and victoriously swept aside the hairily long-armed cannibal Nopkas that stood in their way. To me, Alice denied the warrior's part, for I was feeble and given to strange faintings when subject to stress and hardship. But my eyes were the keenest in the city, despite the long hours I gave each day to the study of the Nicodic manuscripts and the wisdom of Zubnarian fathers. So my friend, desiring not to doom me into inaction, rewarded me with that duty, which was second to nothing in importance. To the watchtower of the Thapnan he sent me, there to serve as the eyes of our army. Should the Unutas attempt to gain the citadel by the narrow pass behind the peak, Noton, and thereby surprise the garrison, I was to give the signal of fire, which would warn the waiting soldiers and save the town from immediate disaster. Alone, I mounted the tower, for every man of stout body was needed in the passes below. My brain was sore dazed with excitement and fatigue, for I had not slept in many days, yet my purpose firm, for I loved my native land of Lamar, and the marble city, Olatho, that lies betwixt the peaks of Noton and Cataphonic. But as I stood in the tower's topmost chamber, I beheld the horned waning moon, red and sinister, quivering through the vapours that hovered over the distant valley of Bannoff, and through an opening in the roof glittered the pale pole star, fluttering as if alive, and leering like a fiend in temper. Methought its spirit whispered evil counsel, soothing me to traitorous somnolence with a damnable rhythmic promise, which it repeated over and over.
Slumber, watcher, till the spheres 26,000 years have revolved, and I return to the spot where now I burn. Other stars anon shall rise to the axis of the skies, stars that soothe and stars that bless with a sweet forgetfulness. Only when my round is over shall the past disturb thy door.
Vainly I did struggle with my drowsiness, seeking to connect these strange words with some lore of the sky, which I had learned from the Nicodic manuscript. My head, heavy and reeling, drooped to my breast. When I next looked up, it was in a dream, with the pole star grinning at me through a window from over the horrible swaying trees of a dream swamp, and I am still dreaming. In my shame and despair, I sometimes scream frantically, begging the dream creatures around me to wake me in the Unutas steal up the pass behind the peak Noton and take the citadel by surprise. But these creatures are demons, for they laugh at me and tell me I am not dreaming. They mock me while I sleep, and whilst the squat yellow foe may be creeping silently upon us, I have failed in my duties and betrayed the marble city of Olatho. I have proven false to Alos, my friend and commander. But these shadows of my dreams deride me. They say there's no land of Lamar, save in my nocturnal imaginings. That in these realms, where the pole star shines high and the red Aldebaran crawls low around the horizon, there has been naught save ice and snow for thousands of years. And as I writhe in my guilty agony, frantic to save the city whose peril every moment grows, and vainly striving to shake off this unnatural dream of a house of stone and brick, south of a sinister swamp and a cemetery on a low hillock, the pole star, evil and monstrous, leers down from the black vault, winking hideously, like an insane watching eye, strives to convey some message, yet recalls nothing, save that it once had a message to convey.